This is one of the most unique and remarkable interpretation of Holy Quran in English language. Hello everyone, this is Sajacha and you're watching The Lighthouse. And in today's episode, I will briefly introduce one of the most important and unique interpretation or translation of the Holy Book, Quran, in English language. Now, the title of this translation is Interpretation of the Meanings of the Holy Quran in the English Language. And this has been done by Dr. Muhammad Mohsin Khan and Dr. Muhammad Taqiyuddin al-Hilali. Now, before we move on, I would just give you a brief introduction of the authors. Al-Hilali was born in the year 1311 in a village called Al-Fida in the valley near Morocco. He was educated in Al-Qarawiyt University, completed his education in Egypt, and got his doctorate from Berlin University, Germany. Lastly, he worked as professor in the Islamic University Al-Madinah, Saudi Arabia. He also learned well the English and German languages. Okay, the author or the co-author for this interpretation is Dr. Mohsin Khan, who's from Pakistan actually, and he has worked as the director of EI Sadat Hospital, Taif, for the chest diseases, and also he has worked in King's Hospital, Medina, and director of Islamic University Clinic, Al-Madinah. Now, what is so unique about this English translation of the Noble Quran? In this book, the meanings are fully elaborated and explained by Tafsir al-Tabari, al-Qurtubi, and Ibn Kathir, and it has references from the books of hadith like Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim. Now, the work is recognized and approved widely and attributed throughout the world as the most accurate, exact, and authentic, real and original interpretation of the Noble Quran. Let's take an inside view of the book. Now you see the heading, Interpretation of the Meanings of the Noble Quran in English Language, and it's a summarized version, and you can easily go to the details given in the footnotes for any meanings or for any interpretation of any of the verses in the Holy Book. It's by Dr. Muhammad Taqiyuddin al-Hilali and Dr. Muhammad Mohsin Khan. Now it's the revised edition, July 2011. Now let's take a look at the first chapter here. Now the first chapter, as you can see, is Surah Al-Fatiha. And here we have the English translation, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Likewise, you will see the translation of all the verses in English. Plus, down here, you will see some footnotes explaining the individual words within the verses or some of the concepts. Now, some of the concepts are also explained here. For example, here we have the last verse. Siratul ladhina an'amta alayhim غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Now the way of those on whom you have bestowed your grace, not the way of those who earned your anger, nor of those who went astray. Now here we have a complete explanation from Book of Hadith, which is from Tirmidhi and Musnad Abi Dawud, that what is meant by the two words that are used here, Maghdub alayhim and ad-Dalin. So the hadith explains that it is actually referring to Christians and the Jews. Now this edition is corrected and edited by a team of highly qualified persons at Darus Salam Publishers and Distributors under the direct supervision of Dr. Muhammad Mohsin Khan. Every effort has been made to minimize the errors of former editions and to incorporate the suggestions that come from all over the world. So basically, in this interpretation of the Noble Quran, you would find not only the English translation of the Holy Book Quran, but also references and citation from the books of ahadith like Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. So it's a fantastic job. Now all these features make it super easy for any non-Arab to understand and to comprehend the closest possible interpretation of the verses of the Noble Quran. It is quite impossible to have the exact same translation from Arabic to English. Obviously, other languages have their limitations. But so this would be, let's say, the closest possible interpretation of the verses and the words of the Noble Quran. So I received my copy last week, and I find it really useful and very informative. And it is one of the translations that I use and quote in my other videos. Although I use some other translations and tafsir, like the tafsir done by Abu Lala Mududi in my videos. So there are multiple other resources that one can use to benefit from the Noble Quran. The real point is that you want to understand the actual meaning of the verses as well as the context in which they were revealed. Now, the English translation of the Holy Quran, this version can be ordered online from Amazon, from Jarir, and it would cost you around 100 riyals to 200 riyals based on the font size and the quality of the printing material. Make sure you order the right copy, which is published by Darussalam Publishing. Now, if you can't get hold of one of the paperback copies, you can obviously go online and search for the PDF file. It is also available. I would share the link for the PDF file in the video's description, so make sure you check out the link.